It's time to talk parenting, and today the focus is on parenting transfers. Before you go, what is parenting transfers? We'll have Opuofoni Selekumo tell us all about it. He's popularly known as Uncle Sele. He's a values and character coach for children and a parenting coach as well. His purpose is to build and frame the minds of the upcoming generation to make the right decisions based on values. And it's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us today.
Same here.
Okay, so Uncle Sele, parenting transfers.
Okay.
For someone who has never heard of that expression before, please tell us what it means.
Okay, so thank you very much. Parenting transfers are principles, teachings, instructions, that you pass on to your children, as they grow older, so that they succeed in life, basically. We find out that in the society, a lot of children are engaging in vices, because parents are not aware, one. And there's one thing I always say, you transfer what you know, you also transfer your ignorance, because what you don't know, they will also move on with life with it. So, so I have the parenting transfers. I talk to parents about it, so they make sure they do they transfer them as the children grow older. I have like 6 of them. So the first one is, the God transfer. Everyone goes to church, so you take your children, you talk to them about God. Then we also have the identity transfer. When your child is growing up, you're telling him about himself. You're telling him or her, this is you. Every child has an identity. So as parents, you must transfer that. So the child is not just growing up and just wondering, come here, you just go there, you just go. So it helps the child make some certain decisions that, oh, this is me, I can be here. This is me, I can do this. You understand? So the child begins to know that, okay, this is who I am. I have a purpose in life. So that's the you transfer. Then we have the values and the character transfer. We have a lot of people engaging in vices now.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So it means that values weren't transferred to them. They weren't taught about character. They weren't taught about the kind of decisions to make, the kind of principles to hold dear. And, it's lacking in our society. So it means that parents should begin to transfer values. You have things like family values at home. This is us. This is my family. This is who you are. These are the things that, you should do. These are the principles you must uphold.
Can I just interrupt there, Uncle Sele? Now, there's that part you said, parents who have children who engage in certain vices don't have the values transferred right. Sometimes parents do try. I say this a lot because you see parents with like 4 children and the infamous black sheep. So every other person turns right, and then that particular child, goes left, literally. And so there have been several analogies to it. That might be because of the time the child was born, maybe things were not right and all. So yes, indirectly, it might also have to do with the values that the child garnered at that time. But sometimes, don't you think it's not just about the parents? Sometimes.
Okay, so there's this thing about there's this thing I call testers. Your values will be tested. So you say, you have this value like integrity. When you go into the society, you'll be tested.
Very well.
You'll be tested. You'll be tested. So I call them destroyers. Now you have values that are builders. Now you see, if you are not strong or firm on your values, when the testers come, there's every possibility that you will fail. Now, it doesn't mean that, your life is gone and all that, but it's just that at that very time, you don't have strong values, to stand against the testers, the challenges in life and all that. So you see, that black sheep is falling for the testers. So that's when you have, maybe you see someone who bullies, for example, someone who has low self-esteem, something was missing. Now, the testers will always want to increase themselves. Like we have vices everywhere in the country. People are joining the people who are, engaging in vices, so they're expanding. Vices, people who engage in vices are getting stronger. Now I see things like, people who engage in vices are more like, the normals. So you who want to stand upright is now being seen as the abnormal.
Yeah.
So we need to change the narrative. So it means that every child that you have, you will keep talking to that child. You would let the child know that he'll be tested. You let the child know that she'll be tested. And when that test will come, because it will come, it will come. You're not saying that it's all going to be perfect. It will come. So the question is, will you say yes?
Or will you say no?
Or will you say no? Do you understand? So, you know, will you, you know, and a lot of things happen at home, you know, the home atmosphere, but, you know, maybe that's for another day, where your child can easily come to you and say, Dad, this happened out there. Mom, this happened out there, and I did this. How do you react? Do you react in a certain way that your child feels like, oh no,
I'm never going to say that to them.
I can't talk to my mom.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had a boy tell me that I will never tell my parents anything because they just don't understand what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it means that he's gradually moving. So I'm saying no. You have to talk to your parents.
You know, sometimes I wonder at parenting, you can't help but think that it's a full-time business.
Oh, it is.
You think you have a job, yes, but parenting is more demanding than your job as well.
It is.
And so, of course, this is probably something we'll talk about some other day. This issue of mothers being full-time available or the fathers being full-time available while only one person works so that you can raise your children right.
Because you have to do that.
Because you have to do that. You have to do that. Are there other parenting values?
Yes, yeah. we have, I talked about the wealth and, you know, value exchange.
Yeah.
Then we have the people transfer.
People transfer?
People transfer, yes.
What's that about?
You will teach your children that, look, you're not in life alone. You must learn how to relate with people. People are bridges. You understand? You cannot break bridges. You cannot bond them. So you see, how do you relate with this person? How do you relate with this person? As you grow older, when your child is a teenager, you tell him, oh, you see this uncle there, you see this auntie there. You see, this is how you should relate to this person. Know that in life. You know, this good morning you say to people every time. You think, you know, I'm stressing you, but one good morning, one thank you can open doors for you. Because one day, you know, or that one period of time, I might not be there. Not that I'm dead, but you see, I won't be with you every time.
And that good deed might
and
help
that
you.
good deed might help you. Do you understand? Then
This is also, this people transfer has me thinking of inherited enemies, though. Where your parents make you inherit the enmity between them and their siblings and all.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's also people transfer, right?
Yes, that's also people transfer. Then we have the entertainment and fun transfer.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't I remember? Oh, King Sunny Ade. Oh, yeah.
Everybody's going to want to have fun.
Yeah.
Everybody want to relax. We want to, you know, we just want to hang out with friends. But the question is, how do you do that? Do you go there, lose yourself? Do you understand? When you go for a party, you know, how do you behave yourself? Those things must be said. Those things must be transferred. I've heard people say things like, those days when, you know, we're going for parties, my mom will give us food so that when we go for this party, we are not just looking around and saying we're hungry and all that.
I was surprised to find out it wasn't a normal thing when I grew up. So when you're going for a party, my mom will ensure that you eat. And we are upset because we know the kind of party jollof we are going to meet.
Exactly.
And you are telling us that our tummy, so they will not be passing the food and we are not interested. And so we had this reputation of being, what's that word now? I do not want to say snobs. I want to say something else, but kind of like snobbish, because you're not taking the food when everybody is hustling for it.
Exactly.
Well, you know, I kind of think it's a good thing.
Teaching your character, teaching you, because it's going to happen. Like I said, you'll be tested.
Yeah, don't go hungry.
Don't go hungry.
Thank you so much for your time, Uncle Sele. It's been quite an interesting conversation.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.